to talk about sovereignty. And actually, I want to show you guys a clip of my song because my hairstylist said to me, "What is sovereignty, anyways?" And I'm like, well, the song says, "Look up sovereignty." I guess she didn't listen to the instructions. I can't find it right now. You guys are going to have to go look it up yourself. And I have the definition for you guys. Anyways, here you are. And the definition is the authority of an individual to govern themselves, and personal autonomy and the right to make choices that align with yourself. And also existentialism, when you start to embrace these, even the word sovereignty, I didn't know what it was when one of my friends and teachers was telling me about it, like maybe 7 years ago. I said, "What is that?" And then I said to her maybe like 2 years ago, "Remember when I said that?" And she said, "Yeah, and now you are that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't know what it was, and now I am that." So just the word is so powerful. And the biggest lies we tell are to ourselves, and then pretend and put on a mask, and we're uncomfortable. But we have the right to govern our own body, our space, our energy, what we do with our energy, our time. And that's what sovereignty is about. And existentialism is a philosophical, it's a movement focusing on individual existence, freedom, and choice. Focusing on individuals' existence, freedom, and choice, and the belief that the individuals create their own meaning and essence through their decisions and actions. Because if you think about it, there's so many, when you start to have like a deeper calling, and then other people aren't following their calling, they start to tell you that's silly, and they will make fun of you. And when you are literally like needing to transmute energy, needing something, and you're just so like, as children, we have spiritual medicine, and mine was poetry. I was writing poetry when I was in first grade. So that was a medicine that I had before I found drinking, numbing, partying, chasing validation, and I forgot who I was. I let society mold that. I was very uncomfortable inside because when you have a calling, it will keep calling you. And it's my vocal coach always says it's hard to do it, but it's hard not to do it, because it's like a nagging feeling, like anxiety, restlessness. And so I encourage you to carve your own path and really pay attention to who's trying to control you, who's trying to tell you who you are, who is telling you how far you can go. And I would say, pay attention to that. Let's keep going. But ask them what they dreamed of as a child. Maybe ask them that, because they're probably not following that. And when you don't use when you suppress and you numb and you go and outwards to try to fix something, everything is a reflection of what's happening internally. So it's really just making the situation worse. And yeah, I would just say that if you feel like you would like to create more, dive into that. And I would love to just shout out my team and my vocal coach and my producer and the sound engineer and everyone. I feel they're actually very psychic, and they use their intuition just as much as like a psychic. It's very strange, but why do I always have to say weird stuff? Anyways, this program is the best. I got comfortable performing. I got to connect with all these incredible artists, and we learned so much about ourselves. It was the first place I really felt like I fit in anywhere, and I wasn't weird, and I was just like a human, and I just loved it. And I that's just so weird that I have to say that, but yeah, so I'm doing the Creative Connect, and that is afterwards. I'm doing it, but you can join. It's once a week, and you connect with a group of artists and a teacher, Soul Mommy, and I love her, and she has the best journaling prompts, and then she will be like, this is how I created this song. I was not planning to create another rap song because I promised that I was going to make a house song, but she said, write your biggest block. And then she said, okay, now you have 5 minutes, turn that into a song. And I was like, or a poem or something. And I was like, and then she's like, that's your homework for next week. You have to have that song finished, because she knew I could from the last one, because my front and center actually was inspired by the journaling in that class, so in the last round. And so I am so excited because another rap song just came out of me, and it's inspired by like a lot of the artists and the people that I really feel close to, all the lovers in the world. I feel like I just connect with lovers. It's like people who have their heart open. I don't know, lover girls and lover boys. We're just, I don't know, sweet. I feel like people that aren't nice don't like me because they fake being nice, and then I'm actually nice. It does take a lot of fucking work to be nice. I actually did work on being nice because I was an absolute little bitch as a high school person. And I think middle school, no, not high school. In middle school, and my counselor was like, what do you want to be known for? And I was like, I'm such a bitch. So I just want to be known for being the nicest person ever. And then she's like, okay, write it down or something. And I was like, wow, that's when I started realizing manifestation, because after that, I started acting nice to everyone because I decided I wanted to be that. And I worked on it. And I remember people just saying, you are the nicest person. She's the nicest person. And I was like, whoa, that really worked. And I always continued that. But obviously, you can be nice, but if people keep poking you, you got to stand up for yourself. That's what sovereignty is. You just speak up in a kind way. And usually at first it is very intense and like rude because you don't know how to do it yet, but then you start to do it with love, and it's really love for yourself, and so you can show up the best for others. So with that being said, let me see if there was anything else. Just explore those things that you loved as a child. Create something beautiful. Join Artistic Freedom Mentorship. And I will link all the info below. All right? And you guys have a beautiful day. Love you. Mwah. Can't touch me. I was built for this game. Phoenix, see me rise. Dancing through the flames. All the curses aren't working.